This podcast is brought to you by the Tampa Bay Podcast Network. Well, hello, my lovely Drumsters. It's Dawn Marie, your host this evening on The Little Drummer Girl. It's been a minute since I've last popped in to say hi. How's it going? I hope everything is just groovy. I'm dialing in today because I just wanted to make sure that you guys are still on track to reaching your goals. And I just was wondering if you're anything like me, like I've been putting some stuff on the side because I have not had the time to focus on the important things in my life. And I'm always saying we should focus on those. And I've been really bad these last 4 weeks. I had just started a new job with a company and they gave me a promotion. And so now my life just kind of got turned upside down because I just kind of had spent 7 months straightening the first spot that I had, which was a new spot, never been created before. So I kind of, put some systems in place for this person, and it was really great. And it was a lot of work, but it was very rewarding. And then they liked what I did so much, they gave me a promotion, which, I love doing events. And so I'm going to be doing events and a lot more travel and meetings and stuff like that for this group. I really believe in the group, and they have a really good background on what they're doing and how they're helping people in the world, so I think that's really important. So I'm glad to be part of this group, but it's just taken me away from all of the things that I had planned to do because I didn't know that this promotion was coming my way. It kind of threw me for a curveball. It's a good curveball, of course, but, it does take time to implement these systems that I'm trying to put together for this particular department. And I am creating basically a department that never existed before. And so it's a challenge. Thankfully, I have, over 30 years of travel and event planning under my belt. So I think with my former work, I should be able to get it together, but it's still a lot of work and it's really stressful. So I wanted to check in with you because I know I've been really bad, and I'm hoping that, you haven't been as bad as me, and that you've been a lot better than me, and that you've been doing the things that you've been trying to get done for this year, and that you're well on your way so that, by the end of the year, you have reached your goals for 2022. I have a really big dream coming down the pike that I'm trying to lift off the ground. And to me, it's one of the biggest things I've ever done. And it's very scary to me because I'm reaching out to some really big players that I hadn't been around for quite a while. So it's a bit intimidating. And I know I have to let that go and just put it out there and just be uniquely me, right? Just be me and say, this is what I'm trying to do. Can you help me? And see what the response is. I guess if I send it to the first 35 people, I can gauge to see if I'm getting any interest or not. But even though I've been putting the letters together and doing the legwork, it's still one of those things that's been, haunting me that hasn't happened. And I've been trying to do this for several years now. And, of course, we had COVID go on and all this craziness for the past 2 years. And now we're into the third year. And now that COVID seems to be spiking up again, sometimes putting those things on the back burner, even if it's temporary, it's for a reason. You got to listen to yourself. So if you feel that, maybe you're thinking about doing something, but something's really bothering you about it and it's not in a good way, then just take your time and think about it a little bit more. Take a walk, ask the universe the question, and then maybe when you go to sleep that night and wake up in the morning, you may get an answer to say, yes, go forward, or no, you know what, change directions, pivot, and go in a different direction. We don't always stay on the same path, right? Because sometimes the paths will change, and they will change abruptly, right? We may lose a job, we may lose a family member, we may lose a lover or a wife or a spouse, and our worlds get turned upside down, right? And now we know everything is not forever. Thank God. Because I know I've gone through a lot of shit that I'm like, is this going to pass? And when is it going to pass? Because I'm ready, okay? So I want you to be flexible enough to be able to make those changes when you need it, because that's going to keep you in the game. And don't let something that may, spoil it, or, just because there may be something in the recipe that's wrong, just remove it. And then maybe if you have to start over, you start over. Or if you have to start in a different direction, that's what you do. But that will help you stay on course, and it will help you get to the finish line, right? Because we all want to get to that finish line and see some smooth sailing ahead. But, there may be a lot of choppy waters getting there. So all I'm saying is that when the road gets rocky, and it will, and it always does, because nothing good ever comes easy. So if you think something's going to come very easy, I like to say things flow easily, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have its challenges. As I may get a lot of great stuff coming in, but then I may have to fight a couple other things that are not so easy to get there. And I'm sure some of you may agree with that and understand what I'm talking about, because when the doo-doo happens, what I like to say right now is that's the way the boogie bounces. Okay? So, my friends, I really want you to stay on your path. If you haven't been doing the things you want to do, this is your wake-up call. Get to it. Start doing it. Don't delay. Don't procrastinate. Even if you take one little tiny step tonight, when you listen to this, maybe you're listening to this in the morning, do one thing. Write down one thing that you can do that's going to bring you closer to your goal, and then do it. And then do something else. And then do something else after that. And keep going. And don't freaking stop, okay? All right, my drumsters, that's all I'm going to leave you with. I wish you much love, happiness, peace, and of course, some good old rock and roll. All right, remember, it's never too late to live the life of your dreams and leave a trailblazing behind you. So rock on and rock out, and I'll catch you on the flip side.